Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's InsideAgameR. Welcome to Railroads Online. Now this is an open world physics-based railroad simulation. Build and drive your own railroads, transport goods, invest in and upgrade your rolling stock and route, multi and single player. So I did put a bit of a poll out there to see if you guys are interested. I was umming and ahhing if I wanted to make a series on it or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a few episodes. We'll see how it goes. If you guys want to see more, do let me know in those comments down below. Let me know in Discord as well. So, I will continue on with it. So basically, there's no tutorial with the game. It's a bit of a learning curve. But it's not too bad, it's not too steep. So what we're going to go through, we're going to go through the basics. And like this episode might be a bit longer. We do have to set a lot of track down at the beginning before we actually even get to drive the locomotives. If we have a look at the map very quickly, you can see the map is pretty damn big. And you can see our little arrow moving. We're at the freight depot at the moment. That's where we'll be selling our goods. This is kind of, I suppose, your main base. What we do need to do, there is kind of like a progression to this. So you do need to get to the logging camp first to get logs. You can sell the logs on their own. They're not worth very much money. Or we could take the logs to the sawmill to make planks. They sell for a lot more money. So basically, what I'd like to do in this episode is at least get the train up to the logging camp. Now, in future episodes, this is the thing that I'm not too sure about. This is why I wasn't sure about making a series. Do you guys want me to time-lapse the building stuff? Do you want me to edit it out? Do you want me to cut it? Do you want me just to speed it up so you don't have to sit here and watch it? But for this one, what I will probably do is mainly just lay the track with you guys. I might not talk too much during that process. It's a bit fiddly and all that kind of jazz. But we'll see how this first episode goes. And like I said, if you let me know in those comments down below, we'll work out how to do future episodes. So I won't make any more until this one has been published. So what have we got so far? So we've got a little loco here called Betsy. Not a bad little locomotive, nice little steam engine, which I quite like. We have our own water tower and we have one car. This is all we get to start with. That is it. If we go into the menu here, you can see that we've got rails, bridges, groundwork facilities, locomotives. We can demolish stuff, re-rail and logging. So locomotive wise, so we've got all the different cars. How much are these? These are 300 per car. I mean, we could probably get at least one more. There are different cars for the different pieces that you might need. So this will do lumber and rail beams. This is for oil barrels, iron ore, coal, crude oil, crate tools, etc. Then we got the hand car. Now this might be pretty handy just to have while we're laying the track. So you know what? Let's order one of them. Now what line is that going to come on? Yes, on line number 2. So while we're laying the track, because it's a long way back and this is probably faster than us walking, we're going to take this little bad boy along the track with us. Now, just want to go through the other locomotives that were there first. And so if we just go the other way. No, we can't go the other way. We need to go this way. So you can see all the different trains now. If I get rid of that map. Why did the map stay up? Okay. Locomotives. So we just brought the little handcar. So we've got the porter, which would be next. This is going to cost us 3 grand, okay? And these are customizable a little bit. You can put your own numbers and names and bits and pieces on them. That's what we currently have now, this porter, which isn't too bad. It burns wood. Then we got the climax, which is pretty cool. That's a bit of a beast, that one, isn't it? 5 grand for Helsler. I think that's like the top end, isn't it? We've got a mogul. I love these kind of American style railroad cars. And then we got the DNRG class 70. Okay, we've got the Eureka as well. And that is it. These are our trains. So this is kind of like, that's not too bad, 2,900 for that. That is pretty damn cool. Then if we go into the building mode, we've got the rails. So you've got 3-foot rails, you've got switches. We've got the deck. This is mainly for bridges. We've got turntables that we're not going to need, especially at the beginning, depending on how far we get on this series. Crossovers might come in handy. You got the bridges. So we've got the steel trestle bridge, or we've got the wooden bridge, which is okay. Groundwork, which I'm going to go through in a minute. And facilities. So we've got the water tower, we've got the sand house, and the firewood depot. Now we're going to need one of these around here somewhere for our locomotive. We probably need quite a few of them. But at the minute, like I said, the main thing for today is, let's get on our little handcar. I've not actually driven this thing. I don't know how this goes. Okay. I want to go forward, please, sir. I'm going to do it from this view. Obviously, he must be hand pumping it. Look at it. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually show him doing the action, which is a bit of a shame. But this thing would be pretty damn cool. Ah, it stopped. Can you click on things? No, so you have to do it from this view. Okay. You're going forward. Take off your brakes. We've got no whistle, obviously. Okay, so we're just going to take it down to the end here. Like I said, this will probably be a damn sight faster than building all the track and then having to walk all the way back to our steam train. And it saves us burning wood, taking the train, letting it cool down, doing track. So yeah, I think this is definitely the way to do the beginning. Okay, let's jump off. So, as you can see at the beginning, we have all these trees in the way. So what you do need to go into, we're going to go into the login, and we need to start cutting them down. Now, this will cost you $2 a tree. So this is actually costing you money. So don't go crazy cutting down too many. I'd say just cut down what you need. If you can build track away from it, obviously that would be what I'd suggest. It's a shame we don't get wood from it. Obviously this one's on my Switch. We want that gone. I think this one will be okay, but we'll get rid of it now. So this is the freight depot. So when you come in here, this is where you're going to sell the goods. So we are going to need a track joining this eventually. Not too worried about that at the start. Okay, that's pretty good for the trees. I don't. This one could be a bit annoying. Obviously, then we got the one down here as well. So we're going to go lay some track. Let's bring this up just a little bit further. And yeah, we're going to go into the basics of laying track. Now, I am very new to the game. I'm not a professional at it. There are some great YouTubers out there that have covered about how to build good stuff. I'm just going to give it the best go I can, and we're going to hope for the best. That is exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so the basics of laying track. Now, what we got here is the bed. This is kind of the first thing that we're going to need. I'm just going to clear a couple of trees. What we will do is lay the track through the trees, and we'll cut down probably on the way back. I'll just cut a few here just so we can see what we're doing a little bit easier. So as you can see, it runs out here. At this point here, the bedding kind of stops, and that is a problem. We can't just lay the track, otherwise the track will be up and down and all over the place. So we do need this. So we've got a couple of options. First thing is looking at the map. So from here, we're going to go straight on. We're going to try and miss the hills the best we can. Head that way. We're going to make a bit of a bend and head towards that logging camp. And that's something that we can do. So let's get rid of that. The next thing that we want then is we're going to go into the groundwork, and you've got variable grades and constant grades. Now the variable grade will come in handy in certain points, but at the moment I'm just going to use the constant grade. So if we put the constant grade down, you can see we've got a marker here. So basically from any point here that is level, which all of this should be, if I put this out now, you can see that we're going to get a level bed. And again, we can now come straight out. You can see how far we've already laid it down. And we'll keep coming out to around about here. I think that'll be a good starting point. So where are we on the map now? We're here. So we do need to be turning off. Now, it'd be okay to keep going straight up towards that smelter at some point. We'll go through those rocks and canyons. And also we can put off another line down to that ore mine along the mountain ridge at some point. So we now need to be splitting off this way. And this is what we're going to be aiming for anyways. So we're going to go back to our ground tool, because it's probably disappeared on us. Groundwork, we're going to go constant grade again. And obviously you're going to get like a switch panel here. And then we're going to come off, hopefully as well as we can. Now, remember guys, this is in early access, so it can be a little bit glitchy and stuff. So you might see a few crazy things, but let's not worry about it too much. Okay, so, you know, it's not perfectly straight, and I don't want it to be either. Okay, so we're going to keep on heading up. I always find it easier if we lay this. I do find it easier to lay the track. That's one thing I've noticed. So if we can get pretty far up, let's see where we are. Yeah, we're heading in the right direction, so we're going to keep going straight at this point. Well, as straight as we can. Like I said, we are going to have a lot of trees. That's fine. Wow, we're going to cut down a lot of trees. Okay, let's keep coming out. Okay, it's taking me up to this point. Okay, we've got miles to go. But I think if we get this laid pretty much all the way, we know what we're doing from the start. Like I said, all these trees won't be a problem. Now, if it is a bit off and we need to change it a little bit, or we need to add to it, we can do that as well. That's not going to be a problem. Okay, where are we? Yeah, look, we're not doing too bad. We're going to come across those hills. We're not going to get a lot of choice about them. We might be able to miss them. Okay, let's just keep going. So like I said, yeah, won't be getting too much of the locomotive stuff done today. Hopefully we'll get to drive it up here at least, and we can pick up the logs for the next episode if that's what you guys would like me to carry on with. Okay, so we are going to come to some sort of hill, so we might actually have to go up a small gradient. We'll see what happens once we get a bit closer. Okay, we're not going quite as straight as we were before. Bit of an issue. Okay, so what we're doing, we've just gone back and I'm just cutting down the trees on the way so far. Just to make sure that I haven't missed any bits. Any trees that we can keep there for a little bit, we will. We might have to chop a few of these down that are a bit close. Again, like I said, this is costing us money. We only get about $2 to start with. So it's not ideal to be cutting down every tree. Especially when we don't get nothing for them. So things like this I think will be okay. I think we can pass through that. Okay, so again, we'll probably just miss them. Maybe not. Once we bring the train up, we'll have a look. Okay, and this is the point that we had got up to by the looks of it. So I believe that we are going uphill. So what we're probably going to want to do here now is just increase our gradient. So we are going to change the way we do things. And we're going to go to the groundwork and go to variable gradient. So how this works, it's very easy. X and Y, edit curve radius. E and Q, edit gradient. So obviously Q means up, or sorry, down. E means up. So we probably will need a bit of a gradient, but we're not quite in the center here, and that will annoy me. So let's go to variable gradient. Yeah, we're a bit better in the center. So we're going to go up a little bit here. Not too much because we don't want the train to be struggling. But yeah, we do need to go up a little bit. So this is still climbing, so let's get it a bit flatter again. That's down. Okay, so that's pretty level. And that's fine. Yeah, I think we're going up again. Where are we at now? Yeah, we're about to go up a big hill. So it could be a case now. We're still okay. But do we go off that way? That is the major question. I mean, it does seem like we need to raise it quite high if we're going to get over that. So do we make a bend in the track now? I think we do. Let's try and just go round this. Okay, so I'm back at the beginning. I walked the whole path. I cut down the trees that seem to be in the way the most. So what we're going to do, we're going to start laying some tracks. So it's quite simple. When you lay the track, if you can see this linkage, it's going to automatically link for you. If you hold left Alt, it will toggle the radius for your tracks, so you can go dead straight, etc. So this is a little bit fiddly. You're going to have to eyeball it a little bit yourselves. And we're just going to do the best that we can do. That is all we can ask for. So we want to be heading straight down. So if we hold the Alt, it's going to go pretty straight from this point. So we're just going to keep walking down. So laying the track can be the kind of longest thing to do. So it's all been pretty straight to about this point. It will need to just change a little bit. There we go. So look, it's not too bad. I'm gonna just take off the Alt because it is going to curve slightly. Then we can throw the Alt back on. Now, finding a place for it to actually... Oh, what did I do there? Okay, I messed that up, whatever I did. Okay, back to our rails. I'm going to link that on and press Alt. There we go. And this is where it's going to change. Okay, so once I find a place for this to go down, there we go. We are going to look for a switch here. So we're going to go to our rails. We're going to switch to the left. That's what we want to do. We needed to do that a little bit before this. So that happens. It's getting this right is actually pretty hard. Okay, so we're going to demolish rails. Take that little bit out there. Let's just go get that switch. Roughly where... Still needs to go back. It really needs to be... Like back here, okay. Hopefully that bend in the track is going to be okay. Yes, a bit dodgy in it. So yeah, look, like I said, I'm not the best. But hopefully we will lay it so it will all work. So we've got our switch to the left. So that does mean I need to throw in a little bit more groundwork and just change this up, which is fine. That's expected. So if I keep the constant gradient, we want to keep the constant gradient from where we are. And I'm just going to drag that across here and here just to cover up the hole. It should still connect onto that, yeah. So a few more trees. Get these ones out of the way. Okay, let's go back to our rail. So, to get this to work, we are going to just need little sections of a turn. Now, you see, that's not going to be happy. You can see already that is terrible by myself. There we go. It's kind of fitting into space a little bit better. Just want to casually bring it around the best we can. And we're going to press Alt and we're going to go pretty not straight yet. Okay, so this is not easy by any means. There we go. Press Alt. Okay, so that's all the track laid, hopefully. So we're going to go back to the train now and we're going to give it a go. Okay, so we're back at the locomotive and we can now talk a little bit about this. So we've got a few things. You've got the water tower here, which we can use. So if you jump up on top of your train, you're going to see we can lift this little lid. And you'll be able to see your water level. As you can see, the water level is pretty good in here anyways, if we just go into that point of it. We can jump up. Okay, so inside here we got our firewood. You got the fire, which we're going to need to start lighting, the regulator. Some people like to do the inside view, some people like to do the outside view. We'll probably do a bit of both. So there we go. I need to put that in. Let's get the pin out. Hang on. Okay. Left mouse button. Drag up. For some reason it's still ringing the bell. Why are you ringing the bell? Okay. To right mouse button and drag down to add pin. So we're going to throw the pin in. And there we go. That is ready to couple. And we're going to take this bad boy as well. So it was up, wasn't it? And then pin in. And then we're going to couple these together in a second. There are a few things that we are going to need as well. Okay, so what we're going to want is facilities. We need a firewood depot. Now, it doesn't matter quite where we place it at the moment. But anywhere close by shall do. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can see there we've got firewood. So instead of using the wood that we have on board, because we don't have anywhere else, what we're going to do, if you come over here and just right click, you're going to see you're going to pick up some wood. And what we want to do is just then right click that into the fire. And then you can see the fire is going to start building. I'm just going to get quite a bit of this, as much as it will take. You can see now the fire is starting to pick up. I'm going to throw in more wood. Nice. A bit more. And this is also how we'd refill in here. It's exactly the same. But like I said, what I want to do is try and get to that other end at least and back, possibly on this one load. And throw that in there. Okay, so we can now close the door. If we actually go into the train itself, we're going to start seeing fire temperatures now starting to get hot. We've only got 50% fuel in here, so we're going to put a bit more. We are full on water. You can see the pressure is now coming up. We need that pressure to get to about 125. And what you'll see, you see the steam valve here will blow off once we are ready. So what I'm just going to do is just pick up some more firewood. We're just going to... Now, you don't actually need the fire open. You can just throw it in like that. Obviously, realism, simulation, you might want to just open that fire up. But yeah, we want to try and fill her up here without using the wood on the train. This might get us all the way, it might not, I'm not entirely sure. Once we get up there we may have to add a firewood depot or water tower, we'll see. We'll see what we'll need once we get up there. So this episode what I plan to do is just take the wagon, and we're going to take that wagon all the way up. That's what we're planning to do here. So what we're looking at fuel wise now. Okay, temperature is rising. Fuel is burning quite quickly now. Okay, 50 seems to be the limit on the fuel. So what we're going to do, we're going to drag the train up. We're just going to connect and then we're going to go and hope for the best. Hopefully the train will make it. We'll leave that for today's episode then. We'll fill it with logs. We'll want to create a line going on to here and to the sawmill in the second episode. That is our plan. Okay, the pressures are kind of getting there. So if you want to go doing here, here's your brake, your reverser, a couple of valves and stuff that you'll need to press, etc. Some people like doing it different ways. Some people prefer just doing it out here. I do find it easier and I like to see outside, in all honesty. You can see I've put the cylinder cocks on. We don't need them on. We're not even getting that hot yet. Fire temperature is now building though. Boiler pressure is now starting to build. Yeah, we're not too far away here. Let's get a little bit of wood. Keep that above that 50. Okay, we're at 100 now with the pressure. Pressure is building nicely. The water level's still good, obviously. Now, we're going to watch that. It's now come out perfect. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the reverser into, obviously, forward. It doesn't really matter how far forward you want to put it. You probably want to about 20% here at this moment. We're going to release the brakes, and I'm going to just put a little bit on the regulator. And now you're going to see that the train is going to move. And all I want to do is get it close enough so we can look at that. Connecting these up. Okay, so we've got some brakes on. I just want to grab my last little bits of wood here, if we can. I'm just going to throw them in. So we should be good for this. Okay, so we're now here. So, okay, I think we're okay. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to find out once we start moving, I suppose. Ah, I've just forgotten there is a brake on this that we have to undo. So if you look here, so if you drag right, it's closed, drag left, open. That should make life a little bit easier. Okay, so we want to take this quite easy. Mainly because of my track building skills. That's the only problem if you do it from out here. So hopefully our track's going to be okay. The main cause of concern will be the bends for us. We're going to just take it easy through the first bend. Oh yeah, that is pretty janky, isn't it? We might have to rebuild bits. So we should be okay on this little bit. The big gradients I'm a little bit worried about. And Betsy should be able to do it. Surely. Come on, Betsy. We've got good temperature, good pressure. Fuel is burning. That is okay. Okay, so as we came up this corner, there was a bit of a jump cut here because the train crashed coming up. So I've rebuilt the corner. Basically, I just lifted the gradient up a little bit more. I think it was too close to the ground. I think it was hitting a rock or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, we got it up. The only thing is my trailer's decoupled and done a runner. But that's okay. So how are we doing in here for fuel and stuff? Yeah, we were okay. Let's reduce that brake then. Let's put a reverse. It doesn't have to be in 100%. And let's start chugging it along. We should probably see our trailer. For some reason, like I said, they derailed and then they wouldn't recouple. So we'll go catch it if it hasn't flown off the track already. Here's the problem with my building. There is quite a few gradients and different pieces, which is not great. I didn't see the truck, so hopefully it is just going down here. Here it is. Okay, let's see if I can get this link to come out again now. There we go. So the track's not perfect. We can definitely make some improvements to it that we probably will do eventually. That should now just be coming back. And yep, so we can now use the pin. There we go, we're now back together. And let's take off these brakes. Hopefully the rest of the way should be pretty flat and okay. I think we stayed at quite a high gradient until we get closer to the end. Okay, so we've burnt pretty much half of our water, and I've burnt pretty much all the wood in here as well because of the little accident I had down there when I rebuilt. Everything went cold, so I had to refire her. So yeah, we're probably going to have to put a wood place over here as well as a water tower. Okay, we've got to take that easy. That is a pretty nasty corner. Again, that's another one that could probably do with being sorted out, and it's decoupled us again, unfortunately. Put a bit of braking on. So as we go up and down the lines, look, they will get improved. Like I said, it was our first run. This is what you kind of need to just do. Let it go, see what happens. Things aren't the straightest. Okay, get a bit of power going on here. Okay, so this is our last hill climb. We've made it. And of course, that is now going to go off the track. Come back. Okay, so I just rerouted the train, and I realised that we've gone to the wrong area. This is the cordwood. Over here is where the logwood is. So all I've done is I've built a quick track, just going around in a loop in the forest to bring us to the logs, because this is what we want. We want the logs. Hopefully it's going to be okay. We'll see. We'll see. And then what we'll do in the next episode, we're going to connect it up. We're going to take these logwoods back, and we're going to make some more rail. We're going to go off to the sawmill as well as the depot that we need, etc. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do quickly is just keep this fired up. Okay, so we're going to keep on moving then. We're going to go round, and we'll go see if we can get some of these logs on board. So look, it does refresh. So if we take the cordwood, is that how we refill the firewood? There's a lot of things that I still haven't worked out of the game, and I'm just going to go with it. I've not really looked at anybody else's videos too much, and I'm just kind of learn it as I go. I did watch Glenn Bixley play, a good friend to the channel, and yeah, I decided, yeah, why not? Why not do this? So yeah, I'd love to do some multiplayer with you guys. If you come join us in Discord, leave a comment down below. If any of you have this and want to do some multiplayer with me, it'd be pretty cool to do some multiplayer once we've got the track set up. we'll definitely get a lot more work done, that's for sure. So all I did was a quick circle here just to turn us around. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Should be on pretty level ground, so I don't see it being too much of an issue. There are a few bits of track along the way though that I will go over eventually when we get a bit of a chance. Oh, that tree was close. And obviously we want to buy more of these as well. No, we derailed. Okay, so that corner there is too tight. That's fine for the minute. Let's just re-rail this for the end of the video. So that corner there needs to be sorted out as well. You're gonna go back on here? No, not really. Somewhere a bit straighter. There we go. So this little bit of a corner, yeah, look, you can see it's quite tight there. I'm going to fix that off camera in a minute. The main thing is that we just want to finish up this episode. Oh yeah, it's nasty. Okay, so now we're not connected. We don't want to be pushing this too far. I'll have to reconnect it. So yeah, a lot of it can be trial and error. You know, you don't have to be perfect, but we'll get there. We'll get there for sure. Oil pressure is good, temperature is good, water level is decreasing quite a lot. But we're here at the logging camp. Eventually. So we know that the rail can work on the way here. There's just I think there's 3 little spots that we just need to ease our curve. Okay, so the good news is if we shut on the brake here now, I should be able to use this, and I think we will get some logs, right? Yeah. I think I have to press them each time, do I? Oh, wow. So what you want to really be doing with these is getting them to the sawmill. I don't know how many can go on this cab. Is it only 2? We'll give it a go. It might take 3. You'd like it to take 2 more on top, wouldn't you? Yeah. So if we were to go trade these in now, it's only worth about £10 a log. So what we really want to do is get these off to that sawmill. And I definitely suggest that we'll get 1 more. It'd be cool if we had a button here to, like, you know, strap them on and stuff. I suppose they're pretty damn heavy, aren't they? Okay, so that'd be good to go. So what we will need to do in the next episode is we need a water tower here, for sure. How do I rotate you? Not sure, I'll have to have a look off camera. So we need a couple of facilities here. Firewood depot and a water tower for sure. I'm going to fix that corner now off camera. So in the next episode, we're going to reconnect this line up to the main line. And we're then going to go to our map and we're going to start heading this towards the sawmill. There's no point bringing this to the depot. It's not worth anything to us. And at that point as well, I would like to definitely buy a couple more of the cars. I think they're about 300 each, if I remember correctly. So these will take the logs. Yeah, they're about 300 each. And I'm not actually sure what money I have currently. I mean, if we order one, do we get it here? No, of course we don't. How can I see my money? That's what I want to know. I mean, how much do these cost us? Are these free as well? They must be free. So the only thing we're paying for are the locomotives and stuff. Okay, that's not so bad. So that will take lumber, iron odd rail beams. So we will need to get a couple of these as well to bring the lumber back. Okay, nice. So we do have a few bits and pieces here that we can be looking at for sure. And there we have it, guys. There is our first episodes of Railroads Online. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys interested in seeing some more of this? It's always good to know what you guys might want. I'm going to work out how I'm going to do the editing side of things as we progress. I will turn this into live streams as well as episodes, because I think doing this live you can get a lot much more done quicker. And you can see all the issues and stuff that I may have as well. But enough of myself, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.